Across the world, for as long as human beings have gathered, wandered, and lived together, people have searched for meaning. That search has taken many forms: stories, rituals, prayers, songs, movements, and silence. What we now call religions are simply different ways human cultures have tried to understand life, the universe, and our place within it. There are thousands of spiritual traditions across the world, far more than can ever be shown in a single video. What follows is only a small glimpse. If a tradition you hold dear is not mentioned here, know that it is not forgotten or diminished. This is simply a beginning video. What all of these traditions share, though, at their heart is a reverence for life, a belief in something greater than the individual self, and a call toward kindness, responsibility, connection, and love. From the Aboriginal traditions of Australia, spirituality is inseparable from the land itself. Life is shaped by the dreaming, ancestral stories that can explain creation, morality, and the deep relationship between people, animals, and the earth. Everything is alive. Everything is connected. Caring for the land is a sacred responsibility. Traditional African spiritual systems are richly diverse, but many emphasize a living relationship with ancestors, community, and the unseen world. Life is communal rather than individual, and harmony comes from honoring one's place within the family, the tribe, and nature. Spirit is not distant, it is present in daily life. Buddhism, founded on the teachings of Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, focuses on understanding suffering and finding freedom from it. Through mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom, Buddhism teach that peace comes from not just possessions or power, but from awareness, balance, and kindness toward all beings. Christianity centers on the life and teachings of Jesus Christ, emphasizing love, forgiveness, humility, and service to others. At its core is the idea that love, expressed through compassion and selflessness, is the highest calling of human life. Hinduism is one of the world's oldest spiritual traditions and contains many paths, philosophies, and practices. It teaches that life is sacred, cyclical, and deeply interconnected, and that truth can be approached in many different ways, through devotion, knowledge, selfless action, and meditation. Islam is a monotheistic faith rooted in devotion to one God, emphasizing submission to divine will, compassion, charity, justice, and care for the poor. Muslims, the followers of Islam, seek to live with integrity, discipline, and remembrance of God in everyday life. Judaism is a tradition deeply centered on covenant, ethical living, and the pursuit of justice. It emphasizes learning, community, and responsibility, not only belief, but action. Doing good in the world is seen as a sacred duty. Native American spiritual traditions are as diverse as the nations themselves, yet many share a deep respect for nature, ancestors, and the sacred cycles of life. Animals, plants, seasons, and the earth are teachers. Spiritual life is woven into daily living, ceremony, and storytelling. Shinto, the indigenous spiritual tradition of Japan, honors the kami, sacred spirits present in nature, ancestors, and everyday life. Purity and gratitude and harmony with the natural world are central, reminding us that sacred is often found in simple movements. These traditions and countless others around the world are not identical. They differ in stories, symbols, and practices. But beneath those differences is something profoundly shared: a sense of wonder, a respect for life, a belief how we treat one another matters. If each of us finds something meaningful in one of these traditions or any other, or in a path inspired by them, and practices the love, kindness, humility, and care they all teach, the world changes, and so do we, not by becoming the same, but by becoming more human. When we honor what connects us, while respecting what makes us different, life becomes richer, gentler, and more meaningful for ourselves and for one another.